Now to some good news out of Springfield. Mayor Domenic Sarno announcing today, after nearly 2 years, his cancer is in complete remission. Mayor Sarno says his doctor shared the update with him at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute just yesterday. He adds his chemo treatments are also complete with no side effects. In a statement, the mayor says he and his family are incredibly grateful to the team of doctors locally and in Boston who got him to this point. Mayor Sarno says he's feeling great and has, quote, a renewed sense of vigor and strength.